Hey, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Keep it a little bit like a tree.
Oops, give me a second.
Okay. You plant it in the ground, things grow out of it, and you get all this benefit.
To the one person that's watching, how you doing this morning? This is your boy Rob Thomas Jr. From the Real News Behind the News. Oh yes, y'all know, man, I got a lot of stressing and pressing issues that I'm having to deal with, and I can't sleep, so I've been up all night. And oh wow, that did not work like I wanted to. Um, oh well, we'll fix that later on during the editing process. Let me erase this. Yeah, give me a second. Well, right now, ain't nobody listening, so we're gonna erase this comment here, and we're gonna do it again. Now, give me just 1 second for those who will join this conversation shortly. Yeah, give me 1 second. All right. We don't have anybody watching right now, but that doesn't mean that people won't come in later on and check out the show. I mean, the broadcast. I hate saying show because it makes it seem like I'm trying to entertain y'all, and y'all know we don't do entertainment here. But anyway, what I would like to get you all to pay attention to, think about rather, is that, of course, you all know recently now that we've been monetized. We have the option to offer our subscribers the chance to become a paid member. Now, of course, by us being monetized right now, there won't be no more cussing on the live videos. The message will stay the same and have the same focus, seriousness, and dedication that I've always had. It's just that we got to clean up the language in order to make these videos eligible for monetization. Certain subjects that we talk about, we have to be careful the way we bring things forward, because part of the criteria for your videos to be monetized is that you have to be sensitive to other people's feelings or whatever, which I understand. But again, to keep with the theme of what I do here, which is keep it real, bring you real life knowledge information, whether it be local, state, or federal, national, or worldwide. We try to educate the people, if nothing else, give people a different way to think outside of the way that we are being programmed by the propaganda of the corporate controlled mainstream propaganda machine known as your mainstream media. Now, one of the benefits of becoming a member is that those videos where y'all used to seeing me going hard in the paint, saying the F word and all this stuff here, we'll have videos like that, but only our paid members will be able to get those videos. That way, we can continue to have the audience that joined us from the beginning come to the page and get what it is they have become accustomed to seeing me do. Now, you all notice, if you all noticed the last 3 videos I've done just in the last few hours, I've been able to do these videos, man, without cursing. I'm gonna keep it real. Might be a shock to y'all, but in all humbleness, I've been blessed with a vocabulary, an extensive vocabulary, and I know. Hey, how you doing? He's doing great, actually, because of the situation that I'm in right now. Unfortunately, I had to send my little man to Ohio. Man, I miss him so much. Dang, you about to bring tears to my eye just thinking about it. But I miss him so much. I'm gonna reach out to talk to him today, but he's doing great. He's thriving. And again, that's part of one reason why my son thrives so well is because I'm a totally different person when I'm around him. At one point when my son was first born, and in the early part of his years of his life, he was raised. I mean, he stuck by it. Today, even today, he calls himself the real news behind the news junior. He imitates dad so much to the point with his little smart mouth. I mean, a couple of months, I mean, a while back, he was like, he said something. He said something whereas like, I'm like, look, little boy, you got a real smart mouth. You're gonna make me punch you in your chest. He was like, I can't help but to have a smart mouth. You my dad. That's where I get it from. And I'm like, this little son of a gun here. But going back to what I was saying, and the reason why I say that is the emphasis on vocabulary. My son, yeah, my son imitates dad so much, even to the point where I raise him to speak proper English, proper grammar. My son is basically, I wouldn't say a project for me, but I want to raise him to have all the attributes that dad has, but to be 1,000 times better, more intelligent. And he gets mocked a lot of times for the way he talks with proper English. And I had to sit him down one day and say, son, do you understand that those children that are talking about you talk proper and all this will be the same children 20 years from now coming to you as adults seeking a job because you will be in a position where you either own your own company or you're running a company. That's the emphasis I put on education. I mean, I put education, I mean, at the top of the list when it comes to raising my son because we're dealing with a generation of children right now who have no discipline, who really have no emphasis or no direction as far as to understanding the importance of education. Like with my son, I teach my son that yes, math is very important because if you go out to the store, how are you going to count your money without being cheated? Or if somebody tells you to go 13 feet and make a right turn, how are you going to know the difference between a foot and a yard? So I teach him the value of education, and I thank God that he's learning it. But it hurt my heart to have sent, let him go. But he's there with his mother in Ohio, and again, he's thriving, little big head, yeah. And I thank you for asking. But again, that goes back to what I'm saying. Yeah, I can do these videos without the cursing, but we're trying to get this channel to go as high as the creator wants to take it. And in that case, I have to humble myself and take myself out of the equation. I am just a vessel that I believe the Most High is using to put out a message to, again, if nothing else, get people to think differently than what we're being programmed through propaganda to think. I'm going to show y'all some real game. People here in America, we think we're the most intelligent group of people on the face of the planet, but in reality, we are the most naive and gullible people in history because we're living in an alternative reality, believe it or not. Everything that we see and hear nowadays is being dictated to us to form one group mentality, a herd mentality. You're living in an alternative reality, and it's being driven to you. Like I did this one, to give y'all an example. I did this one video on Facebook. I try to get people to understand. Do you realize there are two people in America who literally control 90% of what you see and hear on a day-to-day basis in America? And we think that we have all this this information in our hand? No, the information that we're being given is being dictated to us. You don't know who those two people is? Oh, thank you, Ms. Hernandez. Thank you so much. Well, I mean, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. You want to know who's dictating everything that you see and hear, which lets you know that you are being controlled. Everything that you're seeing and hearing is being controlled. Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg literally controls everything, at least 90% of what you hear and see on a day-to-day basis, which allows them to create a false narrative, which allows them to control the flow of information. We in America like to think that we have access to all the information on the internet. But in reality, Google, which is controlled by Jeff Bezos, is the #1 main search engine that we use in America and throughout most of the world. And Ms. Maribel Love, anything right now is a blessing. And I'll get to that in a little bit. I don't want to get sidetracked, but yeah, we have to have a certain, we're at that point again where we have to have a certain amount by 11 o'clock this afternoon. All right. This time we're literally getting evicted. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But Jeff Bezos controls Google, the world's largest search engine. But do you know, under Google, we're only getting 30 to 40% of all the information that's really available on the World Wide Web because it is being censored. I do what I do, Miss Love, because I believe the Creator has anointed me to do it. For so long, I'm gonna give you a little game, tell you all the truth. For so long, I was blessed with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a child. I was also considered a prodigy at one point in my life. Got plenty of education, but I've always lived that double life. I love the street life. I love the hustle. I love the energy of the streets. It almost cost me my life when that man shot me point blank range in my face, in my mouth. And it almost cost me my life when I almost wound up getting life in prison for selling marijuana. I've been able to be blessed to do a lot of things in my life. I've accomplished great things. I've always had the best of everything. That's why this situation right now that I'm in is so humiliating and humbling, because I'm not used to this. I'm not used to being homeless, pretty much, and hungry. But through this situation, I'm learning the value of humbleness and being grateful for things and not taking things for granted. So the things that I do is a way of redeeming myself for all the hurt, the pain, and destruction that I caused at one point. Believe it or not, the first time I went to jail, I didn't catch my first felony until I was 30 years old. Believe it or not. Because before then, I've owned businesses. I've owned, I've done a lot of great things. I've traveled throughout the world. I was very productive. But somewhere when I came back to Shreveport in my 30s, 20 years ago, that street life called me again, which I was so attracted to as a teenager. And it literally destroyed me. Again, I got shot point blank range in the face. And a lot of you all might not understand when I say that time, even though it happened in less than a fraction of a second, the Creator slowed it down to the point where I could see the angel's hand. When it hit that pistol, and ever so slightly knocked the trajectory off, where it literally shattered all this, all my teeth and all this side of my whole face, jawbones and everything. Most people say you can't tell now until I open my mouth and you see half my mouth is missing. But yeah, point blank range in the face with a 44 at that. Yeah. And the Creator allowed me to see that angel that night when that bullet hit me point blank range. And then again, just 7 years ago, what was this, 21, so 2013, 8 years ago, I was facing 4 felonies for distribution of marijuana. Each felony, I'm gonna give y'all some knowledge here in Louisiana. Now keep in mind, they are reducing the possession laws for marijuana, but that's just possession. Do you realize in Louisiana, under the current system, you get more time for distribution of marijuana than you do cocaine or methamphetamine? Like y'all will say, no, that's not possible. You're going to be shocked, but let me show you why. Marijuana is a Schedule I drug, meaning marijuana is in the same category as heroin and other serious psychedelic, psychotropic drugs. The sentencing requirements in Louisiana for marijuana, if you get caught selling marijuana, that's different than just getting caught with possession. Because again, they're decriminalizing possession. But get caught selling an ounce of marijuana in the state of Louisiana, that is a mandatory minimum of 5 years, a maximum of 30. Meaning that if you get caught selling an ounce of weed in Louisiana, they have no choice but to give you a minimum of 5 years, no more than 30. And keep in mind, I had 4 counts this last felony, 4 counts of distribution. Each time they bought an ounce from me, they sent a snitch, confidential informant, whatever you want to call it, a chick that was living with me at one time, and I put her out. She got caught with a little, well, I think she got caught with some speed, some crack, ice or whatever. But they rolled her, and she came to me, data warning, I've used 2 gigabytes of data, okay. She came to me and bought an ounce on 4 different occasions. Now, just on those 4 different cases alone, I was facing a multi-habitual offender, meaning they could have discounted the 2 previous felonies I got and gave me life just on those 4 counts in that one case. Not to mention the other 2, which would have given me 6 felonies. Literally, behind marijuana. But my whole thing to the judge was, how the hell are you going to give me life for selling a couple pounds a week of some stuff that white people around the country are selling metric tons of every hour of the day? You see what I'm saying? And the reason why those marijuana laws really are like that is to disproportionately affect our community, because most of the drugs that are being sold throughout America, not all, but the majority, are being sold in our neighborhoods. Really, to be honest, drugs in a lot of neighborhoods in America is the only economy that a lot of black neighborhoods have. There are no jobs. All the stores and there's no manufacturing and distribution centers. You know, we don't make nothing. We don't produce nothing. We don't distribute nothing. Everything that comes in our neighborhood is brought there and sold by other groups of people. So the only economy that a lot of black neighborhoods have is the drug game. But the drug game has lost, like Tupac said, a lot of people are deep in the game, but they got the rules missing. And I don't want to get off into this. I just got a whole sidetrack because I was here to tell y'all want to see the real raw, real new behind the new. Become a member, because the videos where we keep it real rough, aggressive, and gritty, we'll still do those videos, but we're not going to be able to make them available publicly so that we can get these few pennies off the videos that we do publicly. Because again, the creator has blessed us to be able to get monetized. And as I believe also, it's going to help our channel for me to stop cursing and all that, because a lot of people will find it less offensive and be more and more willing to support us financially, be more and more willing to watch our videos. Again, it's amazing though, Even though I haven't been doing videos consistent and regular, think about it. Today, I've done more videos in the last 4 hours than I've done in the last month. And I'm going to be real. Just a couple of weeks ago, remember, I was saying, man, forget this. I'm not going to put that much emphasis on this channel because we're not getting support. But the creator had other ideas, and he is showing me how important this channel is to a lot of people. Case in point, what you just said, Miss Love, when you said, thanks for everything that you do. Only thing I'm trying to do is speak the words that the creator is putting in my mouth and say that which I would go venture to say 70% of the people in America, whether you black, white, Hispanic, or Chinese midget, I didn't mean to say that. That might be offensive to Chinese midgets, but God forgive me. But people be wanting to hear the truth. People be wanting to say things, but in a lot of cases, they got positions. They have jobs. They have social positions that they cannot be heard saying some of the things that I say. So hence the creator allows me the boldness, the courage, and just a flat out swagger to say what I feel needs to be said. Now again, I'm not right all the time. I am not I'm not the smartest person on the planet. I'm one of them, but I'm not the smartest person on the planet. But I am educated enough book-wise where I can speak with proper grammar, articulate my points very well, and I can research everything that is being told to me. But I also have been blessed with a divine gift, and I say this in all humbleness, not trying to toot my horn, but I have been blessed with a divine gift of insight, of wisdom and understanding. And believe it or not, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on religion because religion is the biggest obstacle we have to face, especially as black people, as far as trying to overcome the things that faces us as a group, as a race here in America. Religion is the biggest obstacle. A lot of people don't want to understand it, and this is probably going to be the one subject that a lot of people not going to want to hear, but I guarantee you, if you listen to what the Creator allows me to speak with an open mind, from this point on, you'll go to church every Sunday, and you're going to start questioning everything that is being told to you. Matter of fact, let me give you an example. And I use Christianity a lot because, believe it or not, at one time, I was studying to be in the ministry. I was studying to be ordained to preach the gospel of Christianity. At one point, when I was in my early 20s, living in Omaha, Nebraska, my cousin and I, we were blowing up. We were doing gospel rap when there was no such thing as gospel rap. And we were getting accolades and all this, and I was as diehard and as zealous as a person can be. I don't know if I pronounced it right. I was the most zealous person you could ever imagine when it came to Christianity. But somewhere in the last 6 to 7 years, the Creator of all things, because keep in mind, just because I don't subscribe to organized religion, don't mean I don't believe in God. I know there is a God. I know there are spiritual beings that created, motivate, and guide everything on this earth. Because there's order to everything, and that comes from an intelligent design, an intelligent mind. But the Creator started to show me things through life itself, through inconsistencies in the Bible. Or when I was studying the Quran, at one point I was trying to think about being a Muslim. Or when I read the Torah. And one of the main things that stood out was the fact that, hey, even this Bible is telling me that there's things coming back and forth from the heavens to the earth. And that started my whole new way of thinking. And then, like, let me give y'all an example. Let's go to the first book of the Bible, the first page. How is it that the first 4 days of creation, the first 3 days, I think, of creation, you had light and darkness, but the sun and the moon was not created till the 4th day? How is it that it took God 4 days to create the earth and all is in it, but only 1 day to create the whole universe, multiple universes, including the sun? Do you realize if it took him 4 days to create the earth, it would have taken him almost 400,000 years almost to create the sun and all the stars and all the galaxies and all the universes? So that in itself led to my questioning everything that I was ever taught, everything that I ever believed. And most people right now in organized religion have been indoctrinated and intimidated to not ask questions of what they're being told. This is why you can't really have a real logical discussion with a Christian. Because when you ask them for logical facts, based upon evidence, based upon facts, they cannot give it to you. All they're going to do is quote scriptures that they have been told. Well, when you ask them, where did the dinosaurs come from? I don't know. Well, that's one of them things we just won't never know. Okay, then, okay. So you say it, we shouldn't know that. Where did God come from? Who created God? Because in the human mind, everything has a beginning and an end. Everything has a mother and a father. Even the trees have a pistol and a statement where they get pollinized, you know what I'm saying, pollinized, and they're able to recreate. But we don't go back to that question. There's certain things you won't know. You're just not supposed to know. Why not? Don't the Bible say we are created in God's image? And we are created in his image, and he asks questions of us. Why can't we ask him questions? And he's supposed to be our father. I know when I was a kid, whenever I wanted to know something, the first person I asked was my father, my biological father. Why are we not allowed to ask these questions in organized religion? Is because your pastors and your imams and your rabbis really don't have an answer outside of what they have been indoctrinated themselves. Or they might know a divine real truth, but to keep you subdued, to keep you indoctrinated, and keep you under control, this information is hidden from you. Christians like to say the Bible is the only book that's inspired by God. Why is that? Who told you that? Who told you that God inspired man to write the Bible? Why couldn't God inspire man to write the Maharatu, the Hindu Bible, or the Torah, the Jewish Bible, or the Quran? What makes your Bible so right and everything else wrong, when in reality your Bible is a plagiarized work of literature that come from religions like the Samaritan religion, the Mesopotamian religion, books that preceded the Bible by 30,000 years, the Egyptian religion. Have you ever thought about that the story of Jesus through the virgin birth sounds awfully, remarkably similar to the story of Horus, Osiris, and Isis? Do you realize Again, I got so far off base, man, with this. I was just really meaning to tell y'all that if you really want to follow, get the real gritty and raw, real news behind the news that you all have become accustomed to seeing. Where I do a little cussing and I'm foaming at the mouth, I'm sweating, I'm talking about people in ways that you ain't supposed to talk. I'm not being politically correct. In other words, I say retarded, I say midget, I say all these types of things. You can get those videos hardcore, but those videos will be uploaded to the channel, and not only the members, those people who um, sign up to become a member, will have access to those videos. Because again, it's not to try to get people to sign up. It's because from this point on, the creator has allowed us to get this channel monetized, and there's no way I can be foolish enough to expect the advertisers to want to monetize or run their commercials on this channel when I'm cussing like a drunk sailor. Now, keep in mind, even though I'm not gonna be doing the cussing, I'm not gonna be so. I'm still be as aggressive as I can. I'm gonna still be as challenging as I can. I'm gonna be me. It's just when I do these videos live on this channel, they're going to be um, they're going to be done in a manner that's respectful, where we can get monetized. Keep in mind, for so long, I have never allowed myself to be dictated by sponsors. That's why nobody, as you never seen officially, too many people. I've had sponsors who really understand what I'm doing and why I do it. There's a lot of people that really know me, know why I cuss. They tell me all the time, Rob, you can do that. You can do anything you say without cussing. But I don't understand why you cuss. It's the shock value of it. And that's true. But I'd be crazy as heck to have an opportunity to get this channel monetized, and I screw it up simply just because I don't want to change. Change is good. Change is easy. All you have to do is the opposite of what you used to be doing. People make it change sound like it's so hard. No, change is easy. All you have to do to change is not do what you used to do. Do something different. But the reason why people don't want to change is because it takes you out of a certain comfort zone that you have become accustomed to being in. And instead of embracing the change, changing your ways, you would hold on to those ways and continue down onto a journey of destruction. Even now, keep in mind, I do quote a lot from the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, a lot of religious texts. But one of the main quotes that sticks out for me is when Jesus said, all too often, you reject change and just to keep embracing your traditions. And these traditions is what's causing a lot of the destruction that we see today. Because think about this, y'all. Black people, how can we come together and fight this system of white supremacy that all y'all like to talk about when we can't even come together and figure out who's the right version of the Christian God? Or if we want to be a Muslim, or if we want to be a Hebrew. We can't even come together on a religion. And it got us so divided that you got Methodist, Baptist, Pentecostal, Seventh-day Adventist. Each one of them can't stand each other. You got Christian, Muslim, and Hebrew that can't stand each other. We're fighting so much just on a plane of religion, not to mention political realm, Democrat, Republican, not to mention fraternal, Sigma, Kappa, Betas. We're fighting each other and so divided on so many religious, social, political, and other levels. How can we come together as a people and fight the system that's oppressing us all? something to think about. So again, I'm going to end this video. I'll be back. It's 6 o'clock. Pretty much all the news feeds are coming down. Y'all give me about 30 minutes. I'll be back with the day's headline. And we're going to try to do this every morning. Whether I wake up at 6 in the morning or I'm already up, because again, man, I can't sleep, man. I got a deadline that has to be met by 11 o'clock a.m. And like they say, sleep is for rich people. But somebody like me who was less than 5 hours away from being homeless, I got to come up with a certain amount. I got to come up with it real fast. So again, y'all subscribe to become a member. Join this channel and become a member. Miss Maribel Love, I really appreciate that what you're doing, and it don't make a difference how small it is. Remember that lady in the Bible? All she had was 1 penny, and she pitched in, and she did more by giving that 1 penny than all the other people who had great riches. Some wouldn't even give. I'm saying, and I'm just keeping. There's some people on here that really like this channel and enjoy what I do. Know what I do is a gift from God, and are rich, but will not donate 1 cent. There are some people like Miss Mary, Harley Nicholson, Love You, HSS, Jason, both. There's quite, I say 10 to 15 of y'all, you, Maribel Love, who consistently, when you all have, and if you all can, give anything and everything that you all feel in your power, in your spirit to give. But you can't keep asking the same 10, 15 people over and over. Again, that's the benefit of having this channel monetized. And now that we're getting this channel monetized, think about it. Because we got it monetized last week. We already made 35 cents. 35 cents, literally. We made 35 cents. And all we do is the videos. So now that if I keep these videos respectful, a lot of those people who have come to join, because again, we had almost 200 some people to subscribe to this channel in just the last 4 months. We can get maybe $50 a month just off of these videos. But most importantly, right now, we still need people to hit the cash app. Did I put that up there? We really do need people to hit the cash app. We need people to hit the PayPal. You know, that would help us get out here. I mean, get this done before 11 o'clock for the man coming here, because by the time the owner comes, I got to be on, because I don't want him knocking on the door. But at the same time, that's going to be crazy, because what if I come back and he got my dog sitting out there and my room locked like they did the one time, and I can't get in? So that's one reason why I can't sleep, and that's one reason why we keep asking people to hit the cash app. They like I'm begging y'all. I'm just asking, if you like what we do, support it. But anyway, I'm going to go and end this video. I'm going to come back with today's headlines, because I've seen a lot of interesting stuff. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to come back with those headlines, and that'll be our last video for a while. But we're going to do as many videos we can every day, because it's scheduled to rain again. Y'all think about this. If you live in Shreveport, you know what I'm saying. It's been rain pretty much every day for the last month. I have 3 houses to paint. Those have been painted almost last month, a month and a half ago. And it's put me so far behind that I'm about to be evicted out of this place. It's put me so far behind, I've been having to beg for food. Yeah, because of the rain. So most people in desert areas or drought-stricken areas are praying for rain. There's a lot of us here in Shreveport who work outside who are praying that it stops raining. Wonder who prayer God's gonna help. Because there's a lot of us, man, especially like me. I make my living painting houses, doing gardens, and stuff like that. A lot of people say, get a job, you wouldn't have to be us. But man, I have my own business, but it's outside work. And here it is for the last 4 months, 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks now. It's been raining every day or every other day. So this is why I'm in the situation I'm in. I didn't tell all my business, But I had to let some people know because I know a lot of people. I had this one cat say, "Man, it sounds like you did. You want you to get a job?" And I'm like, "Man, I got a bloody business. I got my own business." But right now, I'm looking at this whereas I'm going to have to choose another career. That's why as soon as this grant comes, I'm gonna pay these folks everything that I owe them. Get out of here. And first thing I'm doing is going to CDL school. Get my CDLs. I'll never have to worry about the rain again. So until y'all see me in a few more minutes, man, bringing y'all the news, the daily headline. This your boy Rod Thomas Jr. saying, please become a member. Hit that join button up there in up there up under the likes and shares. Please, most importantly, hit the thumbs up, man. Please share these videos because the more people we get to watch these videos, the more the channel will be self-supporting, and the more we can spread a message of think for yourself. Stop letting these people, man, in the mainstream media dictate to you what it is you think and how you think, because you got to realize ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, Fox, Bloomberg, all these people are controlled by corporate sponsors who pay them to lie to you. All your mainstream media, their main sponsors are really the military industrial complex, the pharmaceutical complex, the banking industry. All three of those industries are designed, first and foremost, not to care about the average person, but to generate revenue and control how you think so that you will spend your money on them, the weapons of war, these dangerous medications, and getting these high interest rate loans and gambling on Wall Street. So y'all give me a moment, man. We'll come back with today's headlines. Until then, y'all please hit the like, hit the share, hit that join button, become a member, get exclusive access to what we got. And most importantly, hit the support if you can. Support us through Cash App or PayPal. Y'all see me in just a moment. Y'all be blessed.